Okay, I need everybody to sit all the way down for this one because episode 7 of the final season just ended the way I did not think this show would go this fast. Jukebox shot snaps and pops. Jukebox, the girl who has been trying to stay out of this war the whole season. And Kanan shot Marvin, his uncle, in a church, multiple times. This episode did not come to play with us, and neither am I. Let's go scene by scene because every single moment in this hour matters. We open with Hafiz at Stefano's house, and Hafiz wants Raq and Marvin eliminated. After what happened to his second in command, he wants blood. Stefano offers his condolences and listens, but Hafiz is smart enough to pump the brakes on his own request. He tells Stefano that killing both Raq and Marvin would anger Pino Bernadi, and he does not want that kind of heat coming back on him. Stefano tells him simply, "Let me handle Raq and Marvin." Stefano just took on the contract to eliminate both of them. This man is not reactive, he is methodical. He has been moving pieces into position all season, and right now everything is lined up exactly how he wants it. Flossie meets with Raq and Marvin and she comes in with business. She tells them Kanan broke into her apartment and she is done with both of them. Because they lied about the product that went to the judge, and Kanan confirmed it to her himself. He swapped the product, and Raq knew about it. She also tells them she has already alerted Pino Bernadi. Raq tries to tell her she can fix it, and Flossie shuts her down with one of the coldest lines of the season. She tells Raq that Marvin is the reason she is not dead right now, so Raq should not push her luck. Flossie just told Raq to her face that the only reason she is still breathing is because of Marvin. Not because of Raq's power, not because of their business relationship, because of Marvin's presence specifically. That is a statement and a warning at the same time. Flossie leaves nothing on the table in this conversation. Back at Kanan's apartment, Eureka is worried and frustrated. Kanan tells her the plan was to scare Flossie into stopping her work with Raq, and technically it worked. But Eureka is not celebrating because Flossie is not the type you cross and walk away from clean. She is mad at Kanan because she thought this was going to go smoothly. Instead it blew up into chaos, and she leaves. Eureka is the only person in Kanan's life right now who holds him accountable with love instead of fear or business interest. When she walks out that door, it matters more than Kanan probably even realizes in this moment. Raq and Marvin debrief after the Flossie meeting, and Raq is heated, cussing out Flossie, Breeze, all of them. And Marvin stops her. He tells her flat out, if they go blasting, Kanan is going to get killed too. She cannot pick and choose who she goes after when her own son is in the middle of it. Raq says Kanan is just a kid, he does not know what he is doing. And Marvin hits back with one of the most devastating lines of the episode. He reminds her that she has killed kids before. She does not get to use Kanan's age as a shield when she has never let age stop her from making cold decisions. Marvin tells her he does not want any part of this anymore, but he is too deep in it now, so he is going to follow her lead. Then Raq makes her move. She tells Marvin to hit Breeze's pawn shop and bring Kanan to her. Two things happen in quick succession here. Garcia gets called in about Baptist's death. They know he was seen talking to Baptist outside the retirement party, and they want answers. Garcia is now being questioned about his own captain's suicide. Meanwhile, Breeze goes to see Snaps and Pops. They tell him Raq and her people have no more friends in the street, no more protection. Stefano wants them eliminated, and Breeze and Kanan are going to do the work. Breeze pushes back. That is a big ask. This is Kanan's family. And Snaps tells him simply, Kanan has been saying he is with them. This is his chance to prove it. Jukebox comes to Kanan to tell him the truth. Snaps and Pops killed Famous. And Kanan's response? Kanan tells her Famous always talk too much, and people who talk too much always end up dead. Jukebox is not having it. Famous was his best friend, the person he grew up with. And Kanan is standing there talking about him like he was a stranger who made a poor life choice. Then Kanan adds, he is not worried about people who are gone. No sentiment. No attachment to the past. Raq goes to see Pino Bernadi, and he tells her straight up he is done with her. Being her friend is too dangerous. That is Raq's last real protection in Manhattan walking out the door. Flossie is gone, Hafiz is gone. Now Pino, she has been systematically stripped of every alliance she built this season, and the walls are closing in fast. Meanwhile, Marvin comes home and Jukebox finds him counting and checking his guns. She asks what he is doing and tells him he is the only person who has always been there for her. She does not want anything to happen to him. And Marvin, without saying it directly, is clearly preparing for something. The guns, the quiet, the fact that he is not panicking but methodically getting ready. Marvin is not scared, but he knows what is coming. Bree sits down with Kanan and asks him why he did not tell him about the Flossie move. Kanan says it was not planned, it just came to him and he moved on it. Then Breeze drops the real ask on the table. He tells Kanan the next move is killing Marvin, and he is going to eliminate Raq, and Kanan agrees. But he makes his position crystal clear, he will do it. But he is doing it for himself, not for Snaps and Pops, not for Breeze, for himself. That distinction is everything. Kanan is not a soldier following orders. He is a man, executing his own agenda, who happens to have aligned interests with the people around him right now. The moment those interests diverge, everything falls apart. Then Snaps and Pops pay Kanan a visit after Breeze tells them he accused them of killing Famous. They deny it. Tell him people are feeding him information to create a rift. And Kanan tells them he is going to prove his loyalty by finishing the work, even though it is family. Marvin and his boys hit Breeze's pawn shop, where Kanan and Breeze operate out of. It turns into a full gunfight. Marvin eventually leaves. Breeze chases him but cannot catch him. Kanan was not there. And that detail matters. Raq told Marvin to bring Kanan to her, but Kanan was not at the pawn shop, which means Raq is no closer to her son. And now Breeze knows Marvin came for them directly. The gunfight is escalation, real escalation. No more strategic moves and messages. Just bullets. Aisha comes to Jukebox's house. She cannot focus. She misses her. She still has feelings. And while they are talking, Aisha's hand touches something in the sofa cushions. A gun. Jukebox looks at her. Asks her if she is still willing to take a chance to be with her, knowing what she now knows about her life. That question is loaded with everything this season has put Jukebox through. She is not just asking about a relationship. She is asking Aisha whether she can handle the truth of who Jukebox actually is now, not the girl from before, but the person this war has made her. Then Aisha goes to Kanan to warn him. She saw Jukebox with a gun. Kanan tells her it is probably Marvin's gun. Relax. But then he adds something that stops you cold. If Jukebox has a gun, then she is coming for him. Because they are not on good terms right now. Kanan knows. He knows Jukebox knows the truth about Lou, and he is already calculating what that means for his safety. Marvin comes back to Raq after the pawn shop and reports in. Kanan was not there. Raq immediately says Breeze is going to be eliminated. He is no different from anyone else. And Marvin stops her. Tells her to chill out with that talk because the streets are not the same for them as they used to be. They have lost too many alliances. Too many people. Too much ground. Then he says something that I think is the most important speech Marvin Thomas has delivered in this entire series. He tells Raq they have lost their way, and then quietly, painfully, he tells her he knows Kanan is the hole in her heart. That she does not actually care about Breeze, about the Empire, about any of it the way she pretends. He also tells her that he and Lou never really mattered to her the way Kanan does. Marvin just said out loud the thing this entire show has been whispering since season 1. Raq has always chosen Kanan. Over Lou, over Marvin, over everything. And Marvin saying it directly to her face, that is not anger. That is grief, and clarity, and love that has been disappointed one too many times. Snaps and Pops are arguing because the boys Breeze has been selling pills to. Got arrested, and gave out Breeze's name to the police. They meet with Breeze and tell him they cannot work with him anymore. He did not listen when they told him no side business. But here is the thing, y'all. Jukebox has been watching them. She followed them to a tunnel and confronts them there. She tells them they killed Famous. They deny it. And while they are talking, Snaps reaches for his gun. And Jukebox shoots both of them. Let me say that again. Jukebox, Laverne Thomas. The girl who refused to talk to cops, who pushed Aisha away to protect her, who has been trying to protect everyone around her all season. She walked into that tunnel and came out the only one standing. She did it for Famous, the friend nobody else avenged. The one Kanan dismissed as somebody who talked too much. Marvin is at home writing notes. He puts them in a briefcase, and he heads to church to see Pastor Evans. And Kanan is following him, tailing his own uncle to the church. Marvin gives the briefcase with money to Pastor Evans and asks him to give it to Jukebox if anything happens to him. The pastor tells him he will keep it with the neighbor next door for safekeeping. And then Kanan walks in, gun raised, pointed at Marvin. Marvin looks at him and asks, why is he pointing a gun at him? He tells Kanan that if he does this, it is not going to feel good. And then he asks him plainly, are we doing this? And Kanan shoots him multiple times in a church. After Marvin just left money for his daughter. Marvin Thomas, who sought peace at his brother's grave, who told Raq she needed to be better, who went to church to make sure his daughter would be taken care of, gets shot by his nephew in the one place that represented everything he was reaching for. Episode 7 of the final season of Raising Kanan just took Marvin Thomas from us. After Jukebox took out snaps and pops for Famous. After Raq lost every alliance she had. After Marvin told her the truth about herself that nobody else would say. This show is not slowing down. It is accelerating toward an ending that is going to cost everybody something. Drop in the comments, how are you feeling about Marvin? And do you think Kanan feels anything after pulling that trigger in that church? Like this video, subscribe so you do not miss episode 8. Peace.